All right, so Netflix premiered a new movie this morning or last night. Oh, yeah, last night, but I just watched it this morning. And basically, it's The Quiet Place meets Bird Box or Bird Box Part 2. I say it's like Bird Box because it dwells on one of the senses, which is, I guess, taste is a sense, but it has to do with your mouth and noise and all of that. And Bird Box has to do with sight. And then it's a quiet place because there's these creatures and they don't like the noise. So that's the whole setup. So basically, these creatures been dwelling underground for millions of years, they said, and evolved into these pterodactyl looking creatures that don't like the noise and they attack anything that makes noise. So someone goes cave diving and releases these things. Now everybody's, running around trying to survive without making any noise. And of course, the lead like girl is deaf, and her family's used to sign language. So yeah, of course. So it stars, I believe her name's Kiernan. She's the Sabrina, the new Sabrina, and the lady that plays her mother is the same lady that plays Aunt Zelda in Sabrina, and Stanley Tucci, and well known people. So yeah, these things happen. They learn that they have to not make any noise, and these things won't attack. Of course, I'm deaf. We're used to living in silence, so we're good. Um, they come upon this rival group of people who, which is weird. This was the weirdest part. Uh, they've all cut out their tongues, which this thing made it seem like these things suddenly came up. It probably been a couple of days since these things came out of the ground, and already these crazy people have formed a group. They cut out all their tongues, and now they're looking to. They want the daughter because she's fertile. They says, I'm like, how do you want somebody that's fertile when you're living in a time when you can't make any noise and babies are all noise? So that part threw me off. It's like they just threw those people in there to create conflict in the movie. So, it goes on. Of course, the family survives, and the end just kind of jumps out at you to where they're trying to figure out who's going to survive, them or these new creatures. And that's it. I hated this movie. It was so bad. It was so terrible. Um, Netflix could have done a million times better. Like it's like they just threw it together, just like just like the unicorn. Well, it's better than the unicorn story. It was more of a thought put into this one, but it was terrible. There was no, like I said, they threw those people in there to make conflict between them and the protagonists, and there was no real resolve to the movie, or to the problem. Um, the acting was good. Kiernan actually looks like a teenager in this. And Sabrina, she looks a little bit beyond her teenage years. But she actually did good, and everybody's acting was great. They could have done a lot better. I didn't like it at all. Like, Netflix has been dropping the ball lately, and it's a surprise because their movies are usually on point and amazing, but this one was not good at all. Like, at all. Like, my rating system, I would give it maybe a 1.25, because you can still watch it and there's a story behind it, but it wasn't well thought out. Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a movie. If you have time to waste, you watch it, but it's trash, basically. It's still better than Unicorn Store, but it's still trash. Like I said, it's like Bird Box, but at least Bird Box. There's more thought put into it, and this one wasn't. It was like Bird Box Part 2. Why would they make two of the same movies within 6 months of each other? It doesn't make sense to me. And then they're harping on The Quiet Place because the Quiet Place did it better, and they did it a lot better. And these creatures, I mean, I don't know. It was just real bad. Like, I didn't like it. I wish I could get my hour and a half back.